National Electrical Code Section 210.52c5 governs receptacle placement at island countertops. The primary issue involves whether the receptacle placement satisfies the code requirements given a 12-inch overhang and a receptacle installed within 6 inches of the outermost edge of the overhang using wire mold. The code states the receptacle shall not be located where the countertop extends more than 6 inches from its support base. This raises two potential problems. Firstly, the receptacle is not mounted on a wall as required by 210.52c. Secondly, the receptacle is within 6 inches of a countertop that overhangs 12 inches. The compliance depends on how the bookcase is constructed. Consider a bookcase with sides and a back supported by the floor, where the countertop is not supported by the bookcase. In this scenario, mounting a receptacle on the back side of the bookcase may be permissible, even if the countertop extends more than 6 inches beyond the bookcase. If the bookcase is supported by the countertop and the countertop is supported by the bookcase, the receptacle placement is not compliant. Let's examine the intricacies of National Electrical Code Section 210.52c5 concerning receptacles in dwelling units, specifically focusing on island and peninsula countertops and work surfaces. This section outlines the requirements for receptacle placement to ensure convenient access for electrical appliances and devices. Firstly, consider the general requirements. Receptacles must be installed at each wall countertop and work surface that is 12 inches or wider. For island countertops, at least one receptacle must be installed for every 4 feet or fraction thereof of the long dimension of the countertop. Peninsula countertops require at least one receptacle for every 2 feet or fraction thereof of the long dimension of the countertop. These receptacles should be located no more than 12 inches below the countertop. The code also provides exceptions and specific considerations for certain situations. One key exception addresses situations where the countertop extends more than 6 inches beyond its support base. In such cases, receptacles are prohibited from being installed in the area where the countertop extends beyond the support base. This is to prevent cords from dangling over the edge of the countertop, which could pose a safety hazard. Now consider the scenario of an island with a 12-inch overhang and a receptacle installed under the overhang within 6 inches of the outermost edge. Analyzing this situation requires a detailed understanding of the code. The first aspect to consider is the location of the receptacle. The code specifies that receptacles must be readily accessible and located within a certain distance of the countertop edge. However, when an overhang exists, the placement becomes more complex. The primary concern is whether the receptacle is being placed in an area where the countertop extends more than 6 inches beyond its support base. If the support base for the countertop is the island cabinet itself, and the countertop extends 12 inches beyond that support, then placing a receptacle within that 12-inch overhang area would likely violate the code. The code aims to prevent situations where users might have to reach far under an overhang to access a receptacle, which can be inconvenient and potentially dangerous. Now consider the specifics of the wire mold installation. Wire mold is a type of surface-mounted raceway often used to install electrical wiring and devices. The use of wire mold doesn't inherently violate the code, but the placement of the wire mold and the receptacle it houses must still comply with all applicable rules. In this scenario, even if the receptacle is installed in a wire mold, if it is located within the area where the countertop extends more than 6 inches from its support, it would not meet code requirements. Consider a typical bookcase on the end of an island. This introduces another level of complexity. The key question is whether the bookcase acts as a support for the countertop. If the sides and back of the bookcase extend to the floor and provide structural support independent of the countertop, then the countertop is not considered to be extending beyond its support base in that area. In this case, mounting a receptacle on the back of the bookcase, even if it is set back 12 inches from the edge of the countertop, might be permissible. However, if the bookcase is primarily supported by the countertop, and the countertop is supported by the bookcase, then the bookcase does not provide an independent support structure. The countertop is still considered to be extending beyond its support base. In this case, placing a receptacle in the back of the bookcase would likely violate the code if the setback exceeds 6 inches. The NEC Handbook provides additional guidance and illustrations to help clarify these requirements. Consulting the handbook can provide a better understanding of the intent and application of the code. In summary, determining whether a receptacle placement complies with National Electrical Code Section 210.52c5 requires a careful analysis of the countertop support structure, the extent of the overhang, and the location of the receptacle. When in doubt, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrical inspector or engineer to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and standards. Now consider the practical implications of these rules. The purpose of requiring receptacles along countertops is to provide convenient access to power for appliances and devices that are commonly used in these areas. This is particularly important in kitchens where small appliances such as blenders, toasters, and coffee makers are frequently used. Placing receptacles within easy reach minimizes the need for extension cords, which can be a tripping hazard and can overload circuits. By limiting the distance that a countertop can extend beyond its support base, the code ensures that receptacles are placed in locations that are both accessible and safe. This minimizes the risk of users having to reach far under an overhang to plug in or unplug appliances, which could result in accidents or injuries. When considering the placement of receptacles on islands and peninsulas, it is important to take into account the overall layout of the kitchen and the intended use of the countertop space. For example, if the island is primarily used for food preparation, it may be desirable to install multiple receptacles to accommodate several appliances at once. If the island is also used for dining, it may be necessary to consider the placement of receptacles in relation to seating areas. This ensures that diners can easily plug in electronic devices such as laptops or phones without having to run cords across the table. It is also essential to consider the aesthetic impact of receptacle placement. Receptacles should be installed in a way that is both functional and visually appealing. In some cases, it may be possible to conceal receptacles within the countertop or cabinet to minimize their visibility. This can be achieved using pop-up receptacles or other specialized devices. When planning a kitchen renovation or new construction project, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all electrical work complies with applicable codes and standards. An electrician can provide valuable guidance on receptacle placement and other electrical issues. This helps ensure that the finished kitchen is both safe and functional. Let's consider some additional scenarios and interpretations of National Electrical Code Section 210.52c5. Firstly, suppose an island countertop has a 9-inch overhang. In this case, placing a receptacle within the overhang area would still be considered a violation of the code. Even though the overhang is less than 12 inches, the code prohibits receptacles from being located in areas where the countertop extends more than 6 inches from its support. Secondly, imagine the countertop is supported by decorative brackets that are attached to the island cabinet. If the brackets are spaced more than 6 inches apart, the countertop would be considered to be extending beyond its support base between the brackets. In this case, receptacles should not be placed in the area between the brackets. Thirdly, suppose the island has a waterfall edge, where the countertop material extends vertically down to the floor. In this situation, the waterfall edge may be considered a support for the countertop. This depends on the specific construction details and whether the waterfall edge provides adequate structural support. If the electrical inspector determines that the waterfall edge provides sufficient support, receptacles may be allowed in that area. Now, let's discuss the implications of using different types of receptacles. Tamper-resistant receptacles are required in dwelling units to protect children from electrical shock hazards. When installing receptacles in island countertops, it is important to use tamper-resistant receptacles to comply with this requirement. Ground fault circuit interrupter protection is required for receptacles located within a certain distance of sinks or other water sources. If the island countertop includes a sink, it will be necessary to install ground fault circuit interrupter protected receptacles to comply with this rule. Arc fault circuit interrupter protection is required for many circuits in dwelling units to protect against electrical fires. When installing receptacles on an island countertop, it is important to ensure that the circuit serving the receptacles is arc fault circuit interrupter protected. In conclusion, National Electrical Code Section 210.52C5 provides detailed requirements for receptacle placement on island and peninsula countertops. Understanding these requirements is essential to ensure that electrical work is both safe and compliant. When in doubt, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector to obtain guidance on specific situations. By following the rules outlined in the code, the risk of electrical hazards can be minimized. Now consider the perspective of an electrical inspector who is tasked with enforcing these code requirements. The inspector's role is to ensure that all electrical work is performed in accordance with applicable codes and standards. This includes verifying that receptacles are placed in the correct locations on island and peninsula countertops. When inspecting an island countertop, the inspector will first determine the extent of the overhang. The inspector will then check to see if any receptacles are located in areas where the countertop extends more than 6 inches from its support base. If the inspector finds any violations, they will issue a correction notice requiring the electrical contractor to correct the problem. The electrical contractor will then need to relocate the receptacle or modify the countertop to comply with the code. The inspector will re-inspect the work to ensure that the problem has been resolved. In some cases, there may be disagreements between the electrical contractor and the inspector regarding the interpretation of the code. In these situations, it may be necessary to consult with a senior inspector or a code expert to resolve the dispute. The goal of the inspection process is to ensure that all electrical work is performed safely and in compliance with applicable codes. This protects homeowners from electrical hazards and ensures that their homes are safe and functional. The electrical code is constantly evolving to reflect new technologies and safety concerns. Electrical contractors and inspectors must stay up to date on the latest code changes to ensure that their work is compliant. Continuing education courses and professional development programs are available to help electrical professionals stay informed about the latest code requirements. By working together, electrical contractors, inspectors, and homeowners can ensure that electrical work is performed safely and in compliance with all applicable codes and standards. This creates a safe and reliable electrical system for everyone. Let's delve into some specific examples of how these code requirements might apply in different kitchen designs. Firstly, imagine a modern kitchen with a large island that has a seating area on one side. The countertop on the seating side extends 15 inches beyond the cabinet base. In this case, receptacles should not be placed on the seating side of the island where the countertop extends more than 6 inches. Instead, receptacles should be placed on the opposite side of the island where the countertop does not extend as far. Secondly, consider a traditional kitchen with a peninsula that is attached to a wall. The countertop on the peninsula extends 10 inches beyond the cabinet base. In this case, receptacles should not be placed on the end of the peninsula where the countertop extends more than 6 inches. Instead, receptacles should be placed along the wall where the countertop is supported by the wall. Thirdly, suppose a kitchen island has a built-in appliance such as a downdraft cooktop. The cooktop requires a dedicated electrical circuit and a receptacle. The receptacle for the cooktop should be placed in a location that is accessible but does not violate the code requirements for countertop overhangs. In this case, the receptacle could be placed inside the cabinet base near the cooktop. When planning a kitchen renovation, it is important to consider the placement of all electrical receptacles and appliances. This will ensure that the kitchen is both functional and compliant with applicable codes. An electrician can help homeowners design an electrical layout that meets their needs and complies with all code requirements. In addition to the requirements for receptacle placement, the electrical code also includes requirements for the type of wiring that must be used in kitchens. Non-metallic sheath cable, also known as Romex, is commonly used for wiring in residential kitchens. However, in some areas, metal-clad cable may be required. Grounding is another important consideration in kitchen electrical systems. All electrical receptacles and appliances must be properly grounded to protect against electrical shock hazards. The electrical code includes detailed requirements for grounding electrical systems. These requirements must be followed to ensure that the kitchen is safe. Surge protection is also becoming increasingly important in modern kitchens. Surge protectors can protect sensitive electronic devices from damage caused by power surges. Surge protectors can be installed at the electrical panel or at individual receptacles. Finally, consider the environmental impact of electrical systems. Energy-efficient appliances and lighting can help reduce energy consumption and lower utility bills. LED lighting is a popular choice for kitchens because it is energy efficient and long-lasting. Homeowners should consider the environmental impact of their electrical systems when planning a kitchen renovation. By choosing energy-efficient appliances and lighting, they can help reduce their carbon footprint and save money. The National Electrical Code is a complex and comprehensive document that covers all aspects of electrical systems. Understanding the code requirements is essential for electrical contractors, inspectors, and homeowners. By following the code, everyone can help ensure that electrical systems are safe, functional, and compliant. Now let's consider how technology is evolving and impacting the requirements for receptacles in kitchens. Firstly, smart appliances are becoming increasingly popular. Smart appliances often require a Wi-Fi connection and may need to be plugged into a receptacle. When planning a kitchen renovation, it is important to consider the placement of receptacles for smart appliances. Secondly, wireless charging is becoming more common. Wireless charging pads can be integrated into countertops to provide a convenient way to charge mobile devices. Wireless charging pads require a power source and may need to be connected to a receptacle. Thirdly, USB receptacles are becoming more popular. USB receptacles can be used to charge mobile devices without the need for a power adapter. USB receptacles can be installed in countertops or walls. As technology continues to evolve, the requirements for receptacles in kitchens will likely change. Electrical contractors and inspectors must stay up to date on the latest technological developments and code changes to ensure that their work is compliant. The electrical code is a living document that is constantly being updated to reflect new technologies and safety concerns. By staying informed, electrical professionals can help ensure that kitchens are safe, functional, and equipped for the future. In addition to the specific requirements for receptacles on island and peninsula countertops, the electrical code also includes general requirements for receptacle placement in dwelling units. Receptacles must be installed so that no point along the floor line of any wall space is more than 6 feet measured horizontally from an outlet in that space. This ensures that extension cords are not needed to reach electrical outlets. Receptacles must be installed in all habitable rooms of a dwelling unit. This includes bedrooms, living rooms, and dining rooms. Receptacles must be readily accessible. This means that they should not be obstructed by furniture or other objects. Receptacles must be installed in a way that protects them from physical damage. This may involve using recessed receptacles or installing receptacles in a protective box. Receptacles must be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. This will ensure that the receptacles are installed correctly and safely. By following these general requirements, electrical contractors can help ensure that all dwelling units have adequate electrical outlets. This will make the dwelling units more convenient and safer for the occupants. The electrical code is a complex document, but it is essential for ensuring electrical safety. By understanding the code requirements, electrical professionals can help protect homeowners from electrical hazards. In summary, the proper placement of receptacles on island countertops requires careful consideration of National Electrical Code Section 210.52c5 and how it relates to overhangs, support structures, and the overall kitchen design. Always consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and seek guidance from qualified professionals when in doubt to ensure compliance and safety.